Welcome back to the Dr. Shabai Show. If you're new here, I want to welcome you. Today, I want to play a video of a maybe 55 plus woman who refuses to settle. So I'm going to play the video and then we're going to come back and talk about it. And as you watch this video, I want to ask the question, when did loving someone who was not our fantasy become settling? Let's talk about it. But before we get started, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I want to thank everyone that has already subscribed. Thank you so much.
Like a lot of women in my situation that I've talked to, that you ask yourself, well, when do you give up? When do you give up on finding the one? Or do you? As for me, I go back and forth. Sometimes I go, well, I just need to be with Mr. Right Now. Doesn't give me butterflies, but he's a good man. He's nice. He likes me. Don't have much in common, but he calls, so I talk to him. Or sometimes you've got the one that gives you butterflies, but you know he's unreliable and not dependable. He's broke. You got to take him out to dinner. We've all done that. Those are never sustaining long-term relationships. So the question is, do you compromise? Well, where I am right now today, I'm going to say no.
So she's an attractive woman. So she probably had her pick in her heyday. And she did say that she was married and that she thought she was going to find the one after her marriage, and she never did. This is a lot of modern women. They feel like I'm going to go out here and find someone who's better. And typically, they do not. Because as a lot of women don't understand that the older you get, the less you can demand. I'm not saying that, a woman that's a certain age can't find anyone. Of course they can. But you cannot have the same exact standards you did in your 20s when you're in your 40s. So I want to tell you a story. I had a friend in college. She was a track star. She was beautiful. She had a nice physique. She was a nice person, really smart. And all the guys wanted to date her. But she refused to date people unless they met all 135 of her requirements. And I was like, wow, I've never seen anything like that. She was very adamant. Like people would ask her out and she would always tell them no. She knew that they didn't make that list. By looking at them, she knew. And I'm like, wow. So, of course, time has gone by. We lost touch, and then I saw her again later, and she never married. She said she was engaged a couple of times, but she just couldn't find anyone to meet those requirements. But she said she wasn't giving up. She's like, God knows her heart, and He knows what she wants, and she's gonna hold out for that. I wanted to make this video because when I saw that video of the TikTok lady, it made me think of her. She did settle. She settled to be alone, and yes, my marriage didn't work out, but I found someone else after my marriage, and he was not what I imagined my next husband was going to be. He was someone that I was like, oh, but I fell in love with his spirit and his heart. He was shorter than me, he was chubby, but he was very, very smart, and he was just an amazing person. I'm just so glad that I was able to look past what my fantasy man was, to give him an opportunity, because even though he was not what I envisioned, he had the most beautiful heart and spirit that I've ever seen on a man. And it was just amazing. And even though he has, passed away like 6 years ago, I still look back at a time in my life that I was the happiest. And the only reason I experienced that is because I looked outside of my fantasy. And so I created this video because I want to encourage other men and women, especially women, to go deeper than the money, go deeper than what someone looks like, and even men, but I feel like a lot of women have that problem, especially when they're younger. They want someone to be at the finish line at 25 or 26. And most men have to put the work in order to be successful. And they're not going to be there automatically in their 20s. But if you stick with someone from, as a young age and as they climb that ladder of success, you will be right there and you will be there for the right reason. So, what's more important? I mean, if you're having a bad day, it is so great to have someone to try to, make your day better. Or if you're sick, they'll come by and bring you some soup. Or if you just need a hug, they'll give you a hug. So we have to prioritize what's important. And then also, it's important to look for people that have the characteristic for a good, long, healthy relationship, which is honesty, which is integrity, which is someone that's caring and loving and a hard worker. And so, in conclusion, I really hope that someone finds this information useful. So, please leave a comment. Thank you so much for watching this video, and please subscribe to my channel. Until next time, I will see you later. Bye.